Hello, I'm Oliver Culling, and this is the My 70s TV Childhood Quiz. Welcome back to the My 70s TV Childhood Quiz. We are a fortnightly quiz which tests your knowledge of 1970s UK TV trivia, and the sister podcast to My 70s TV Childhood, which is all about taking you back to being a child growing up in 1970s Britain, and the important part that TV played in our lives back then. If you enjoy our quiz, then I've got some exciting news for you. Behind the scenes here at My 70s TV Childhood Towers, we've been working on something just for you. The finest minds in podcast land have been engaged on a quest to bring you a version of our theme tune quiz that you can play at home with family and friends. We are about ready to start manufacturing, but as we get to that point, we'd really appreciate it if you could let us know whether this is something you might be interested in buying. There's no commitment at this point, but so we can get our production numbers right, we would be grateful if you could go to our blog at www.my70stvchildhood.com and let us know whether you'd be interested in the game. I should also say that any purchase of the game will help towards the costs of producing this podcast, so that will be much appreciated. More to follow on this, and very soon our launch schedule. If you have any comments, corrections, I have been known to make the odd mistake in the quiz, then you can leave a comment on our blog, on one of our many social media sites, or by emailing quiz@my70stvchildhood.com. So, on to our quiz. If you're new to the quiz, then it's all very simple and just for fun. We have 4 rounds of 5 questions, and each correct answer gets a point. And that's it. So, do grab a pen and paper, fill up with your favourite beverage. It's tea again for me this time. Lovely. And let's get started with round 1. And round 1 is a round called Royal Ratings, and is all about 1970s televised events featuring the British royal family. Shall we give it a go? Question 1. Which event attracted an estimated worldwide TV audience of 500 million on 14th of November 1973? Question 2. During the 1970s, how many times did the late Queen attend the annual Royal Variety Performance? Question 3. Which annual televised event included 2 full dress rehearsals held on successive Saturdays before the actual televised event on the 3rd Saturday? And question 4. The official celebration of the late Queen's Silver Jubilee was televised in early June 1977. The main celebration, including a service at Westminster Abbey, was on June the 7th, but what celebratory event was broadcast live to an audience of around 18 million on the 9th of June? And question 5. Which event on the 5th of September 1979 attracted an estimated 15 million viewers on UK television? A mix of some easy and some harder questions there, I'd say. So let's go on to round 2. And this is our marathon or Fil Rouge round, which features questions about subjects we've featured in previous episodes of the podcast, so a lot to choose from. We have been going since September 2020, so there's been lots of water under the bridge since then. Alright, let's get started. Question 1. In our May 2024 episode, Get Your Trousers On, You're Nicked, or Get Your Trousers On, You're Nicked, we look back at the Sweeney. What was the name of the production company which made the programme? Question 2. Way back in February 2021, we looked at the evangelical Christianity show The Sunday Gang. Which presenter of the show linked it to Blue Peter? So which presenter of The Sunday Gang was linked to Blue Peter? Question 3. Still in 2021, in November we featured the early days of Cosgrove Hall animations, including the, well, frankly bonkers, Chorlton and the Wheelies. In Chorlton and the Wheelies, what kind of creature was Chorlton? And question 4. In January this year we featured the hapless Frank Spencer in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. What was the name of his and his wife Betty's daughter. So what was Frank and Betty's daughter called in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em? And question 5. In the cartoon show Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, which featured in January 2025, what was the name of the family around which the show revolved? So what was the surname of the family around which the show revolved? Okay, 10 down and 10 to go. And our next round is our famous Spin the Wheel and Name That Tune mashup round. So how it works is as follows. I will spin our specially constructed Wheel of Fate, which will give me a year from the 1970s, which I will then input into our state-of-the-art AI-powered theme tune generator to choose 5 theme tunes from TV shows which were first shown on UK TV during that year. All make sense? Well, it will do. So let's spin the wheel. And it's landed on 1970. Ooh, that's a long time ago, so plenty to test our memories here, I suspect. Okay, let me input that into our AI-powered theme tune generator and see what we get. Okay, and let's go with theme tune 1. And on to theme tune 2. So how about theme tune 3? And theme tune 4.
Once upon a summertime, just a dream from yesterday, a boy in his magic golden flute heard a boat from off the bay.
Come and play with me, Jimmy, come and play with me, and I will take you on a trip far across the sea.
But the boat belonged to a cookie or witch who had in mind the flute to snitch.
From her broom broom in the skies, she watched her plans materialize. She waved her wand, the beautiful boat was gone. The skies grew dark, the sea grew rough, and the boat sailed on and on and on and on and on and on.
Totally bonkers show, that one. And finally, how about theme tune 5? And please note for that one, I need the full name of the show. And just like that, we're on to our final round, and this is our general trivia round called TV Times. Question 1. What was the name of the school featured in London Weekend Television's sitcom Please Sir? Question 2. ITV game show Give Us a Clue was most famously hosted by Michael Parkinson. But who was the original host when it was first shown in 1979? Question 3. In which city was detective drama Shoestring set? So where was Shoestring set? And question 4. Which actor connects Catweasel with Wurzel Gummidge? And finally, question 5. US TV show Mork and Mindy catapulted Robin Williams to international stardom in the role of Mork, the alien from the planet Orson. But who played Mindy? So who played Mindy in Mork and Mindy? And that's it. Our 71st quiz comes to an end. But before I go on to the answers, let's take a look back at last time's bonus question. I asked you, how old was Clive Dunn when he was first cast as Corporal Jones in the long-running sitcom Dad's Army? And the answer? He was 48. It's quite remarkable, really. Anyway, well done if you got that right. This week's bonus question is this. The inaugural final of which sports tournament was shown live on BBC TV on 21st of June 1975? If you know the answer, then drop me a line to quiz@my70stvchildhood.com. Alright, let's get on to this time's answers. Our first round, royal ratings. Question 1. Which event attracted an estimated worldwide TV audience of 500 million on the 14th of November 1973? And that was the wedding of Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips. Question 2. During the 1970s, how many times did the late Queen attend the Royal Variety performance? Well, the answer is 6. Clearly it wasn't her favourite event of the year, and she didn't attend in 1972, 1974, 1976 or 1978. It's almost as if she had an agreement that it'd be every other year she'd attend and not the even numbered years. Anyway, question 3. Which annual televised event included 2 full dress rehearsals held on successive Saturdays before the actual event on the 3rd Saturday? And that was Trooping the Colour, or the Sovereign's Birthday Parade, as it's also known. And question 4. The official celebrations of the late Queen's Silver Jubilee were televised in early June 1977. And the main celebration was on June the 7th, but what happened and what was broadcast live to an audience of around 18 million on the 9th of June? Well, it was the Royal Progress, or River Pageant, when the Queen sailed from Greenwich to Lambeth, which was then followed by, I remember it very vividly, a massive fireworks display known as the Royal Fireworks. And question 5. Which event on the 5th of September 1979 attracted 15 million viewers on UK television? And that was the funeral of Lord Mountbatten. Alright, on to our marathon Fil Rouge round. Looking back at the Sweeney, question 1. Which production company made the programme? And that was Euston Films, who were also responsible for lots of other shows, including Minder. Question 2. What was the connection between evangelical Christianity show The Sunday Gang and Blue Peter? And the presenter that linked them was Tina Heath. Question 3. In Chorlton and the Wheelies, what kind of creature was Chorlton? Well, Chorlton was a dragon. There we are. Makes lots of sense, doesn't it? And question 4. In January this year, we featured Frank Spencer in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. What was the name of his and Betty's daughter? That was Jessica. And question 5. In the cartoon show Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, what was the surname of the family around which the show revolved? And that was the Boyle family. Alright, on to round 3, our theme tunes. First theme was to the show Ace of Wands, which many listeners have actually written in and asked me about, so we may feature that in a future episode. Theme tune 2, that was the theme to the famous BBC series The Six Wives of Henry VIII. Theme tune 3, that was the theme tune to The Lovers, if you remember, was a sitcom featuring Richard Beckinsale and Paula Wilcox. Theme tune 4, that was the theme tune to the very odd HR Puffenstuff. And theme tune 5, that was the theme to Hope and Keen's Crazy House. So you have to give me Hope and Keen's Crazy House, because obviously in the theme that you heard it did say Crazy House. So Hope and Keen's Crazy House. Alright, on to our final TV Times round. What was the name of the school featured in London Weekend's television sitcom Pleaser? That was Fen Street Secondary Modern. Then with the follow-up, the Fen Street Gang. Question 2. Who was the original host? Give us a clue when it was first shown in 1979. And it wasn't Michael Parkinson, as we said, but it was Michael Aspel. In which city was detective drama Shoestring set? It was set in Bristol. And question 4. Which actor connects Catweasel with Wurzel Gummidge? It was the great Geoffrey Bayldon, who was Catweasel in the title role and also played the Crow Man in Wurzel Gummidge. And question 5. Robin Williams was catapulted to international stardom in the role of Mork in Mork and Mindy, but who played Mindy? And the answer was Pam Dorber. How have you got on? Are you top of the bill at this year's Royal Variety Performance? Or are you doing the warm-up act in your local church hall? Whichever, I do hope you've enjoyed our quiz, and if you have, then do tell your friends. It would also be great if you could like, rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. That's all for now. We will return next week with a new regular podcast, and we'll be back in a fortnight with our next quiz. Until then, take care, be nice to one another, and don't forget to join me again soon for more from My 70s TV Childhood and the My 70s TV Childhood Quiz.